In a world of instant global connection, voices from across the world are constantly being heard. Whether it's a president's tweet, a Nine News reporting, or a basic Instagram post, we are always communicating as citizen journalists. But the question is, how accurate is this information, and how does it affect society in the event of a crisis? The series of Paris terrorist attacks in 2015 further explains how during unforeseen events, the instant reporting of citizens through social media is vital for the safety of individuals involved. Media users in today's digital culture play an active role in reporting on worldwide events, often threatening the work of paid journalism professionals. Emergency events create strong limitations for reporters to rapidly respond and inform society, requiring the voices of media citizens to update those involved. Professional communication platforms have had to alter their journalism practices in order to compete with today's advancing network of citizen journalists. Traditional media sources such as news channels and newspaper companies once dominated the news, but this was before the public had access to updates conveniently within seconds from devices in their pockets. A recent study found the leading motivation for social media citizen reports was the dissatisfaction of media professional sources, indicating that citizens are more likely to engage and post about personal beliefs, opinions, and perspectives in the event of a crisis, disregarding mainstream media statements. Whereas journalism professionals were proven to include a more political stance, with statements and interviews from government officials and political figures. Society is urbanized from a passive audience with news updates through newspapers and radio to an active audience. Individuals presently play an active role in the participation and communication of news, thus contributing to the sources used by large news companies, ultimately impacting the information presented to the public on platforms such as news channels. The 2015 Paris attacks involved a series of gunmen and suicide bombers who opened fire at a concert stadium and various restaurants and bars across Paris. The devastating attacks left hundreds injured with 130 fatalities. As the attacks were a series of unforeseen events, emergency response crews were unable to respond instantly, leaving thousands of civilians lost in an unsafe area. Individuals turned straight to social media to communicate. One tweet was originally posted from the stadium reporting an explosion, further sparking millions of tweets around the area. The trending hashtag #OpenDoors became a communication tool around Paris, welcoming victims into safe homes away from potential danger. Tweets and videos were also used as evidence for later investigations, as well as by news companies reporting on the attacks. Emergency management teams utilized social media as a communication tool between citizen journalists and response services during crises such as the Paris attacks. These often volunteer services rapidly accumulate and evaluate tweets and other emergency-related social media posts. This is known as crisis mapping and allows for relief crews to respond and act appropriately. In these circumstances, citizen journalism played a vital role in keeping Paris safe. Journalism professionals were unable to respond fast enough, forcing society to rely on updates from social media platforms. This is ultimately an accurate example of how essential citizen journalism can be in an emergency. In a present world filled with rapidly evolving technologies, a louder voice is heard through citizen journalism. Individuals across the world are now able to utilize these communication platforms to share their passions and opinions. And in emergency circumstances, this can ultimately save lives. During a crisis, individuals search for rapid and simple updates and instructions in order to reach safety, thus demonstrating why Twitter especially can be a crucial platform of online journalism during unprecedented events. As digital media rapidly increases, so do online personas. Individuals are able to post, share, and comment on their beliefs, which in some circumstances can cause a negative effect. In terms of citizen journalism during unforeseen events, it's the unpaid posts of society that individuals trust and turn to in times of demand. Paid journalism professionals require equipment, money, and especially time, which is all unavailable during an emergency. Thus creates an immense power within citizen journalism, which in today's society is continually growing and evolving.